Kites, make some noise! Thank you very much. I'm your host for today, Olaniyan Samuel, a student of Mass Communication 200 level and the prestigious university, Ladoke Akintola University of Technology. Thank you. Thank you. I love you guys. All right. And we know this line. I have decided that I will not turn back. I will follow Jesus. But I bet you that many of us don't understand or don't know the man behind that favorite tune. Many of us just know that no turning back. So I have with me here today, he's not just a musician, he's an economist, he's an husband, he's a father, a culture architect. GAISE Baba, make some noise! Yes. And I want to thank you, sir, for this opportunity given to me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Thank you, sir. So I need to ask you because the performance this night was energetic. And I think that changed my perspective about you. Now, I want to ask you, sir, if you were not doing music, what will you be doing with your economics discipline, sir?
I'll probably be an investment banker.
Can you? Nice, an investment. Okay, that's nice. So, what kind of bank, if I might ask? Is there a foreign bank or would you like to start up your own bank?
Well, you can't start by starting your own bank. You gotta learn the ropes because actually I had the opportunity to join. I think it was PwC in 2010. So I had a choice to make. I had the offer of a music contract, or I joined one of the big four. I decided to go the music line, and it's taking quite some time, but it's bit of.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. I hope you are learning from this. Now, moving straight to who you are. You describe yourself as culture architects, right? So, what are you trying to build? What is the inspiration behind culture architect? What is the culture you want to change? Because culture is the way of life. So, what can you say about that, sir?
Yeah, thanks. You know, Jesus, when he was leaving the earth, he told his immediate disciples that they should go into all the world and make disciples of nations. Over the years, we've described that as evangelism. I think on a macro level, I speak as an economist now. I think on a micro level, you are evangelizing. So you're speaking to one person, two people. On a macro level, you're shaping culture. Because what you can do with one film is you can direct the thinking of a people. I mean, take the LGBT movement, for instance.
Yes.
What that agenda has done over the course of the last 20 to 30 years is use media, entertainment, and art to desensitize and sensitize a generation such that what was awkward some 30 years ago is now seen as the norm. Entertainment was used to do that. That's culture shaping, right? So what we see as popular culture today, there are certain people with certain agendas that have charted the course of popular culture. I want to go against that grain. I want to take kingdom values, gospel, the message of the kingdom, take it outside and shape a generation, shift the culture. I want to get young people proud to wait till marriage before having sex. I want to get young people proud to have quiet times in the morning. I want to get young people carrying Jesus on their head and being very, very audacious with it. You know, and to do that, it cannot only be something that happens within the temple. We have to break out of the walls of the temple. Jesus said, go ye into all the world, go into the nations and make disciples of nations. That's culture shaping. That's culture architecture. That's what I'm talking about. It's not on an individual level. It's on a culture shaping level. Yeah.
Wow, wow. Very insightful. And I believe we are learning because the reason behind this is for him to go and change the culture one person at a time. So, moving on, sir, I would like to ask, you are very modern, you are urban, and this kind of Gen Z style. Yeah, so now you're saying you want to change, you want to shift the culture. How do you manage criticism?
We are shifting it already.
Yeah, we are shifting, definitely. Yeah. All right, I know this is going to be the record of Ladoke. All right, so how do you manage criticism from religious people who thinks you are not going in the way of traditional gospel music? You're trying to blend, Gen Z and spirituality together. How do you manage that? I believe you are being criticized. So how do you manage that?
Normal level. How do I manage it? I don't manage it. It's not my business to manage. I just do my work. I just do my work.
Okay.
You can't over anybody. Only if anyone saw. I mean, that's on a lighter note, but of a truth, you have to be selectively blind, selectively deaf. That's what it means to focus. For you to focus on something, you have to be blind to something else. You have to be deaf to something else. Focusing is blocking out the noise. So every line is instructive. When I say I don't listen to the noise, if you've heard God and you are certain what you heard God say, let God be true and every man a liar. You focus on your assignment. Most times, you are alone when God was telling you, when God was instructing you, when God was giving you your mandate. So you cannot make the mistake of the young prophet. Selah. If you are a student of the Bible, you know the story.
Yes.
You cannot make the mistake of the young prophet. Especially if the old prophet in your setting is not acting like Eli. If the old prophet is acting like Eli, then you yield to the old prophet. If the old prophet is acting like the other guy in the records, then you better stick to what God told you.
Wow. So this is for somebody out there. Make sure you're strong about your conviction. What you want to do, go for it as long as you are convicted. All right, sir, I would like to ask, concerning this popular music that bursts everywhere. Now, I want to ask, what was the inspiration about this no turning back? Like, what inspired you to do that? And why did you feature Minister Lawrence Oyo into it?
So I'll answer in two ways. The first way is outside of this interview. The second way is inside this interview. So the first way is, I've already shared this thing. It's everywhere. It's on Black Flame. I've told people, go and binge on Black Flame. You hear plenty things, right? So I will now come back inside the interview. Inspiration, it was as random as you could think. I was at an event. I just sang the song. There was a producer beside me who said, I would like to produce this. I hear I'm a piano. I went to the studio. We made the song, released the song last year. I met Pastor Lawrence in November of last year. He was the one who was like, let's do something with the song. I'm like, okay, you sure? Yeah, okay, all right. One thing led to the other. April 6th, I think, this year, we recorded the song. May 15th, no, not May 15th, May 16th. We put the song out, and the rest, as they say.
All right, thank you so much. I like you being precise and being short. Now, I want to ask her. Many defines your songs as fusion of Afro and gospel. So, what genre of music do you think your songs fall under?
You've already defined it. It's Afro gospel.
Afro gospel. Wow.
It's Afro gospel, and so we're going to wrap up the interview on this note. I'll tell you about Afro gospel. That's all right. Or I know you have plenty of questions. Your phone choke.
Just one more question.
Okay, okay. So I'll let you ask the question, but let me answer this one. All right. I know I'm on your show, but please let me.
You have the floor, sir.
Now prophecy, catch up. Right. So Afro gospel is the movement of African creatives carrying the gospel of Jesus, the message of the kingdom, the values of the kingdom, using art, different forms of art, music, film, fashion, spoken word, TikToking, dancing, all forms of art. They are using that to convey the gospel, the message, and the culture of God's kingdom to the world. That movement of the gospel through Africans to the world is Afro gospel.
Wow. Thank you so much. All right, moving to the last question on the lighter mood, I want to ask, between homemade jollof rice and party jollof rice, which do you prefer?
It depends on the home. It depends on the home.
Okay.
If it's my home, I pick homemade.
Oh. Wow. All right.
That's a husband's wisdom.
I'm sure your wife will be happy right now. Yes.
You get it.
All right. Thank you for having us. That's going to be the wrap of our show today. Thank you very much.